He's just having a good time. He's partying got bottles. Right? And start the fight is not doing as well. Only just 3 niggas to fix it. You got rich niggas, you got tough niggas, and they easily become collateral.
Slippery soap. Yo, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself. So, yo, just stay tuned to see Diddy and Rose wash your car.
50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
Brother, Ricky Rose. Ricky Rose, you a hustler, man. Woo! I know you for a long time for helping me with Ciroc, to just like watching your whole get down. You a hustler, man.
Rick Ross might have just made the biggest slip-up of his entire career. Word is, he tried to stir the pot by threatening to buy 50 Cent's masters. And it doesn't stop there. He allegedly tried to leak a fake, AI-altered tape that shows 50 at one of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. But 50 ain't letting that slide. He's gearing up for serious payback. The tape? Totally fake. Sources close to 50 are saying it's AI generated, and he knows it's all cap. So now, 50's not just defending himself. He's going off. They say he's got receipts lined up and is about to hit back in the wildest way possible. And get this. Rick Ross has a whole segment in 50's upcoming documentary on Diddy, and it's sounding messy. The documentary is rumored to drop unseen footage, jaw-dropping stories, and even real tapes showing what some rappers had to do to stay in the good graces of the industry elites. And yeah, Ross is allegedly caught up in all that. If even a piece of this is true, Ross might be staring down the most humiliating moment of his career. And here's the kicker. This is only the beginning for 50. He's got more coming and he's not holding back.
Rick Ross watching this. Let me tell you something. Stop hiring drivers. Drivers always tell on you. I know what happened at LAX with that boy.
Let's break this all the way down. Things between 50 Cent and Rick Ross just hit a whole new level of messy. Word is, Ross was allegedly plotting to leak a fake video that shows 50 in a sketchy situation with some other dudes at an industry party, trying to make it look real shady. This was all part of Ross's so-called revenge mission after years of back-and-forth beef, especially with all the drama tied to Big Meech and BMF. These two have been going at it for a minute, but Ross definitely upped the disrespect this year. Back in March, he was already throwing shots, mocking 50 on social media over rumored money issues, and even talking slick about buying 50's masters.
I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was going to be able to do it. You thought you was going to be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you want to make your mama one of them walking stars thing. Put down there how your mama live. Make her own walking star. Don't leave Louisiana. Don't quit like that, because you showed the picture of how you wanted it to look. We call it renderings. You had the renderings, then you try to go get them loans, and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the G-Unit studio yet. That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckle. Your knees buckle. Put your back against the wall. Po nigga. You're po hustler. 50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
Looks like Ross really thought he could one-up 50 with this whole fake tape stunt, like he was trying to out 50 the original Troll King. But here's where it backfires. 50 allegedly caught wind of it all before it could go live and shut it down fast. Now Ross might be wishing he never tried it, because 50's playing chess, not checkers. Now 50's not just clapping back, he's going full-on savage mode. Word is he's sitting on a real tape that allegedly shows Rick Ross in a very compromising situation, and it's all supposedly tied to his long-standing connection with Diddy. And trust, this is where things get even messier. Insiders close to 50 are whispering that Ross is going to have his own spotlight in 50's upcoming Diddy Expose docuseries. And if that tape actually exists, and Ross is really in it, Whew! Things could spiral out of control real quick. Let's not forget the rumors that have been swirling for years about Ross and Diddy's so-called tight relationship. People have been side-eyeing them for a while, but now with the recent heat on Diddy, things are bubbling over. When the serious allegations against Diddy started grabbing headlines, 50 wasted no time jumping into the mix. He dropped a shady Instagram video that featured ex-Bad Boy artist Mark Curry talking about Diddy allegedly spiking champagne and passing out pills to women. But 50 didn't stop there. He added fuel to the fire by posting Ross's controversial rap lyrics, where he talks about slipping something into a woman's drink. Just when folks thought it couldn't get messier for Rick Ross, the internet went into overdrive. People online started speculating that Ross may have been involved in Diddy's wild freak-off parties. And that's when an old clip resurfaced, showing Ross and Diddy washing cars together, joking around and giggling about slippery soap.
Slippery soap. You know, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself. So, just stay tuned to see Diddy and Rose wash a car.
Real weird vibes. But things took a wild left turn after that. A video dropped showing a man named Jonathan Ott, a convicted felon, sitting in a police interrogation room, making some serious claims. He said he was involved in Diddy's private parties, and even named Rick Ross as someone who was allegedly there too. And that wasn't even the wildest part. Also threw out some shocking accusations, saying Diddy was part of a secret group called the Boule, describing it like a black Illuminati. He even said Diddy treated him like an ex-slave before paying him off to stay quiet. The claims were outrageous and hard to believe, but it had people talking like crazy online. For context, Otta wasn't even being questioned about Diddy at the time. He was being grilled about the Trump Doral shooting back in May 2018. So all of this came out in the middle of something totally unrelated. Then it got even weirder. Daily Mail dropped a report revealing that before the shooting, Jonathan Ott used to work as an exotic dancer and appeared in adult films for a site called Dancing Bear, where women do explicit stuff with men in giant bear costumes. So remember Cassie's lawsuit? She claimed Diddy forced her into those so-called freak-offs with male staff and made everyone wear weird masks. Now fast forward to that police interrogation video of Jonathan Ott. Some of the stuff he said might sound wild, but folks online are starting to piece things together, especially since he made all these claims about Diddy 5 years before Cassie's lawsuit even came out. Here's what Jonathan laid out that's got everybody buzzing. First off, he claimed Diddy sent Rick Ross to try and silence him. Yeah, as in Rick Ross showing up to shut him down. Then he dropped another bomb, saying Diddy, Ross, and DJ Khaled were all secretly living double lives.
He said Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But Atta didn't stop there. He pushed it way further. He said those infamous freak-offs weren't just wild parties. They were actually secret rituals used for dark purposes. According to him, the Illuminati supposedly uses these events for mind control and even claimed there were real-life sacrifices going on behind the scenes.
They do satanic ritual, which is basically CIA mind programming techniques to their own family, kids, etc. in the crew, and they bond that way, okay? So they do animals, blood sacrifices, and everything in the Bohemian Grove, okay?
All right.
The Bohemian Grove, the bushes go there.
When they asked Jonathan how he even knew all this, he said Diddy told him straight up. He doubled down on his claim that Diddy's part of this group called the Boule, what he described as the Black Illuminati. And according to him, Diddy's got deep connections to powerful political players, all through his high-profile lawyers.
How do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people, Okay, I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. I had settlement with Sean, okay, and he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts.
Jonathan also claimed that before and after those alleged freak-off parties, he overheard a bunch of Diddy's convos with his business associates. And he didn't back down from the darker stuff. He kept saying Diddy treated him like a slave and even accused Diddy of giving him an STD. He went so far as to say they settled the whole thing with a multi-million-dollar payout.
He would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right?
What's got people shook is that Jonathan was saying all this years before Cassie ever filed her lawsuit. And a lot of what he claimed lines up with her accusations almost too perfectly. The timing is raising eyebrows. But here's the weirdest part. After all this went down, there's barely any info on what happened to Jonathan. Reports from 2018 confirm he was charged in connection to that Trump Doral shooting, but no one knows if he was ever sentenced or where he even is now. It's like he just vanished off the map. Rick Ross has been real loud lately, talking slick about everything from 50 Cent to the Drake versus Kendrick beef. But when it comes to his boy Diddy and all those wild accusations surrounding him, Ross suddenly got real quiet. Not a single word. And now folks in the industry are starting to whisper about Ross allegedly swinging the other way. And those whispers are getting louder. An old interview just went viral again. Comedian Corey Holcomb put Ross on blast, claiming he hooked up with his own male driver. People brushed it off back then, but now with everything going on, that clip is making the rounds again.
Crown all headers? Don't nobody say that. Nigga, we know what it is. Y'all motherfucking mad at me. Let me tell you something. If Rick Ross watching this, let me tell you something. Stop hiring drivers. Drivers always tell on you. I know what happened at LAX with that boy.
Oh. And
that's my...
If these online reports are even halfway true, 50 is getting ready to unleash the ultimate revenge on Ross for everything that's gone down between them over the years. This ain't new beef either. It's been sizzling since way back in 2008. It all popped off at the BET Awards. Ross claimed he didn't like the way 50 looked at him. But the wild part? 50 later said he didn't even know Ross was there. That should have been the end of it, but nope. Ross turned up the heat and dropped mafia music, throwing heavy shade. In the track, Ross made a slick comment about the fire that happened at the house where 50's baby mama, Shaniqua Tompkins, was staying, basically hinting real disrespectfully that 50 might have had something to do with it. That lit a fire under 50, and he came back swinging with a diss track called Officer Ricky, Go Ahead, Try Me. And it was savage. Oh, and in case you forgot why he called him Officer Ricky, that's because a photo had surfaced back then showing Ross in a whole corrections officer uniform. Yeah, not a good look for someone trying to live the street king image. Ever since that CO photo came out, 50 Cent's been clowning Ross non-stop. And what made it even messier? Ross tried to act like the picture wasn't real at first, but once 50 dropped the Officer Ricky diss, the truth hit hard. Ross couldn't dodge it anymore. He had to admit it was real. Even after coming clean, Ross still tried to stand tall. He said being a corrections officer didn't damage his street cred or change who he was as a rapper. Ross later called into Angela Yee's show just to trash the song, trying to downplay it. But of course, 50 wasn't gonna let that slide. Instead of dropping another track, he went savage with a video titled Warning Shot, basically threatening to ruin Ross's whole career just for fun.
Deciding to your life up. Rick, I'm gonna your life up. For fun.
And 50 wasn't joking either. He launched a whole series of wild Officer Ricky cartoons on his website, dropping new episodes every Saturday. It was pure trolling genius, and the internet ate it up.
You think you lost your shoe deal because of me?
Yes.
It's because you're a cop, Rick. Nobody likes the cops, Rick. It's not my fault.
Boss.
But 50 wasn't done being petty. He went all the way there, tracked down Ross's baby mama, Tia Kemp, got her to spill tea about Ross's past as a CO, and then took her on a full-blown shopping spree, just to rub it in Ross's face even more.
You know Rick, while he was working in law enforcement.
He was a correction officer.
So we're clear he was a correctional officer.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, 50 doesn't just beef, he builds storylines. Ross wasn't about to just sit back and take all that heat from 50. He fired back hard. In one of the most disrespectful moves of the beef, Ross dragged 50's son, Marquise, into the mess by posting a photoshopped pic of Marquise's face on a monkey's body. That crossed a serious line. So 50, being 50, took it to a whole other level. He somehow got his hands on a private tape that Ross's other baby mama, Lastonia Leviston, made with her ex. And before leaking it, he even dubbed over the guy's voice with his own, turning the whole thing into a personal jab. But that move, it seriously backfired. In 2015, a judge hit 50 with a $5 million judgment for leaking the tape and slapped another $2 million on top for damages. That's $7 million over one petty stunt. But even with that major L, Ross didn't let up. He kept dropping diss tracks and pushing the feud forward like nothing happened. Then 50 turned up the disrespect even more. After Ross suffered 2 seizures in October 2011, 50 made it clear. He wasn't exactly sending prayers. He said he wasn't wishing death on Ross. But he wasn't showing any sympathy either. At that point, the beef was out of control. It was so wild, even people inside the industry tried stepping in to calm things down. But this wasn't just rap beef anymore. It was personal, and neither of them was backing off. Let's be honest, this beef is never getting squashed. 50 recently made it crystal clear he's never gonna respect someone who used to wear a badge, then turned around trying to rap like he's lived that street life. To him, that's just not real.
Is there anything about Ross and his career that you'd have any respect for?
Oh, no, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I never wanted to work with him. You know, I understand from a perspective of someone who's just listening to what it sounds like.
I mean, he's a great rapper.
Right? But does it matter that he's a correctional officer? Does that ever matter? Does it matter? Even when artists, look at the artists, look at the irony of the artists that come under.
So Meek.
Right.
Wale.
Prison reform.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the wrongfully convicted and wrongfully treated people in the prison system.
Now let's talk. Do you think Ross went too far trying to out-petty 50? Did he really think he could play that game and win? And what about this real tape people are whispering about? The one that allegedly links Ross to Diddy's dark side? If 50 decides to drop that bomb, could it be the final blow that takes Ross down for good? Let us know what you think in the comments. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts below. We've got plenty more tea coming your way. See you in the next one.